Tonight, NBC5 investigates the new tax grab. Taxpayers starting to feel the pinch of a new law that lets the government come after you for its own financial mistakes indefinitely.
Few have heard about it, but as Lisa Parker reports, hundreds of thousands will soon be affected.
Buried deep inside a massive piece of legislation recently passed by Congress, the three-sentence section that just reached out
He's a good boy.
and snatched Bridget Galaskowitz's 2012 tax refund.
$1,200.
And they took it all.
They took the whole thing.
A tax grab with no warning, she says, only a letter after the fact with a phone number.
He told me that I was making too much money in 1968, and I was 8 years old, so I didn't make any money. And a 25-cent allowance.
As Bridget tried to unwind the details, all roads led back to her parents, deceased for decades now.
And he told me that my mother was working. If I wasn't working, she was working and making too much money in 1968.
If you are thinking 45 years sounds too far for the government to reach back, you would have been correct until very recently, when Congress passed this massive bill with a tiny section tucked away on page 561.
Lingo that wipes out any statute of limitation for a debt owed to the government.
Oh, it completely lacks due process. This is not a fair system at all.
Fiscal expert Ralph Martiri questions giving the government endless time to track down its own mistakes.
It's unfair to taxpayers. If they don't raise the claim within 10 years, they ought not raise it.
Taxpayers nationwide are slowly beginning to feel this pinch, including a college student stunned to lose a tax refund for a debt incurred when he was 3, and a Florida man certain someone was playing a trick when he was accused of a debt 42 years old. It is a change quietly taking effect across governmental agencies. SSA alone says it has sent 185,000 debt notices.
Money will be clawed back from you, whether or not it should be. To think that government agencies can do that is really somewhat outrageous.
An SSA spokesperson says Bridget's debt is a legitimate one because she was overpaid survivor's benefits for her father. He died in 1964. 15 years later, the agency says Bridget was overpaid for 4 months when her salary went up.
I don't know what kind of file they have. I don't know why she couldn't reach me sooner than 34 years.
With no family to ask or documents to rely on, this taxpayer says the new law takes away both her money and her voice.
Social Security says it does send warning notices and offers an appeal process. As more and more taxpayers are about to be affected here, we will include details on that part of the process at NBCChicago.com. Lisa Parker, NBC5 investigates.
Apple CEO rejects claims the company sidesteps billions in taxes. Tim Cook defended Apple's record on Capitol Hill today. Some congressmen accused Apple of exploiting loopholes to avoid taxes by keeping money overseas. In 2011, 64% of Apple's global pre-tax income was recorded in Ireland, where only 4% of its employees are located.
Now a programming note.